Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am VC Pramod with the news at 9. The headlines. RBI slashes repo rate by 25 basis points. Home and auto loans to get cheaper. Finance Ministry says repo rate cut and steps taken by the government would accelerate growth. India reacts sharply to statements by Turkey and Malaysia on Kashmir. Asserts these are factually incorrect and unwarranted. Home Minister Amit Shah holds high-level meeting to review border security. Operational preparedness of Air Force of very high order, ready to meet any contingency, says Air Chief Marshal. Filing of nominations end for Maharashtra and Haryana assemblies. A central team reaches Patna to assess damages caused by devastating floods in Bihar. And in cricket, South Africa were 385 for 8 at stumps on third day of the first test against India at Visakhapatnam. The Reserve Bank of India (RBI) today slashed repo rate under the Liquidity Adjustment Facility by 25 basis points to 5.15% from 5.4% with immediate effect. The reverse repo rate under the LAF stands reduced to 4.9% and the marginal standing facility rate and the bank rate to 5.4%. Announcing the fourth bi-monthly monetary policy in Mumbai, RBI Governor Shaktikant Das said the Monetary Policy Committee decided to continue with an accommodative stance to revive growth.
The MPC voted unanimously to reduce the policy repo rate by 25 basis points. The MPC also decided to continue with the accommodative stance as long as it is necessary to revive growth while ensuring that inflation remains within the target.
The repo rate at which RBI lends to the system has been brought down to help reduce borrowing costs for home and auto loans, which are now directly linked to this benchmark. RBI has revised the GDP outlook for 2019-20 to 6.1% and for 2020-21 to 7.2%. The Apex Bank said that it will extend the collateral liquidity support to banks throughout the day for providing round-the-clock National Electronic Funds Transfer Facility from December 2019. Addressing a press conference later, Shaktikant Das said Reserve Bank has no reason to doubt the government's intention to maintain fiscal prudence following the corporate tax cut. Speaking about the recent PMC bank scam, the RBI governor said there is no reason for panic as solitary incidents should not be used to generalize the health of Indian banking system or cooperative bank sector. Government today said reduction in repo rate from 5.4% to 5.15% announced by the Monetary Policy Committee MPC will complement the recent measures taken to accelerate growth. A Finance Ministry press release said government has also taken note of the revised growth projections of the MPC at 6.1% for 2019-20 along with growth projections made by other bodies including the IMF and ADB. The Enforcement Directorate ED today raided 6 locations in Mumbai and adjoining areas. It registered a money laundering case to probe alleged fraud in the Punjab and Maharashtra cooperative PMC bank case. According to officials, the raids were conducted after a criminal complaint was filed under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act by the central agency. The Enforcement Directorate case is based on an FIR filed by the Economic Offences Wing of the Mumbai Police. India today regretted the statements made by Turkey and Malaysia on Kashmir issue, saying these are biased, factually incorrect and unwarranted. On Turkey raising the Kashmir issue at United Nations General Assembly, External Affairs Ministry spokesman Ravish Kumar asserted that Kashmir is an internal matter of India.
These statements are factually incorrect, biased and unwarranted. We call upon the government of Turkey to get a proper understanding of the situation on the ground before they make any further statements on this issue.
On Malaysian Prime Minister's statements on Kashmir issue, Mr. Kumar said Malaysian government should bear in mind the friendly relations between the two countries and desist from making such remarks.
We deeply regret that the comments which were made by the Prime Minister of Malaysia, again, it is not based on facts, and the facts of the matter has been articulated by our External Affairs Minister, Prime Minister and all of us on several occasions.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah today chaired a high-level meeting in New Delhi to review the current status of border security and measures to be taken to strengthen it further. During the meeting, Mr. Shah stressed upon Modi government's policy of zero tolerance towards terrorism, insurgency, corruption as well as smuggling of weapons, narcotics and cattle. He directed the senior officers to take stringent measures against these practices. The Home Minister also directed the Director Generals to identify all issues affecting border security and submit a detailed action plan to the Ministry in this regard. Mr. Shah stressed that it must be ensured that best facilities for housing, health and training are available to the security personnel who are posted on the border. Chief of Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal Rakesh Bhadauria today said that the operational preparedness of the IAF has been of a very high order and it achieved a number of operational milestones last year, including the Balakot strike. In his first press conference, Air Force Chief said the IAF is prepared to meet any contingency and does not rest on past laurels.
The successful conduct of exercise Vayu Shakti, the Air Force level exercise and the demonstration at Pokhran range aptly showcased the operational capability of the IAF. On 26th February of this year, IAF successfully struck terrorist camps located at Balakot.
Ahead of the press conference, the IAF showed representational video clips of the Balakot strikes. He also said acquisition of Rafale aircraft and 400 air defense systems will greatly enhance IAF's operational capabilities. Speaking to media at the Indian Air Force's annual press conference, the Air Chief described the IAF shooting down its helicopter in Kashmir on 27th of February a big mistake. He said a court of inquiry report has been submitted and punitive action is being taken against the guilty. The National Investigating Agency today filed supplementary charge sheet before a Delhi court against Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front Chief Yasin Malik and others in the 2017 terror funding case. Separatists Asiya Andrabi, Shabir Shah, Masarat Alam Bhatt have also been named as accused in the charge sheet for criminal conspiracy and carrying out terrorist activities in Jammu and Kashmir. Former J&K MLA Rashid Engineer has also been named in the charge sheet. NIA has also claimed that the accused were in touch with people across the border in Pakistan. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also... Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed happiness at growing investment and trade relations between India and Singapore. Talking to Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance for Singapore, Heng Swee Keat, who called on him in New Delhi today, Mr. Modi said the launch of RuPay card and BHIM app in Singapore has greatly enhanced the ease of financial transactions. He also noted the successful organization of the second joint hackathon in Chennai with participation of Singaporean students. The Union Cabinet has approved a new process of strategic disinvestment with a view to expediting privatization of select PSUs. Official sources said the Cabinet approved the new policy under which the Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, DIPAM, under the Ministry of Finance, has been made the nodal department for the strategic stake sale. DIPAM and Niti Aayog will now jointly identify PSUs for strategic disinvestment. The decision has been taken with a view to streamlining and speeding up the process. Filing of nominations for Maharashtra and Haryana Assembly elections ended today. Scrutiny of nomination papers will take place tomorrow. In Haryana, a large number of candidates of various political parties and independents filed their nomination papers on the last day today. They include senior BJP leader Anil Vij, former Haryana Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda and former Deputy Chief Minister Chandra Mohan Bishnoi. Congress leader Ranjit Chautala, who was refused ticket this time, has filed his nomination papers as an independent candidate. In Maharashtra, the seat-sharing arrangement between BJP and Shiva Sena became clear only after the deadline for filing nominations. On the other hand, there is still a lack of clarity on the seat-sharing arrangement between Congress and Nationalist Congress Party. More from our correspondent.
On the last day of filing nominations, many prominent candidates including Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, BJP Minister Sudhir Mungantiwar, Radhakrishna Vikhe Patil and Ganesh Nayak, NCP's Ajit Pawar and Chhagan Bhujbal and Shiv Sena's Eknath Shinde filed their nominations. In Kankavli seat, the BJP Shiv Sena alliance suffered a blow as Shiv Sena fielded Satish Sawant against BJP's candidate Nitish Rani. Even as parties jostle to convince rebel candidates to withdraw from the race, the real picture will emerge only on the 7th of this month when the deadline for withdrawal of nomination ends. Nisha Rani, AIR News, Mumbai.
A 6-member interministerial central team led by Joint Secretary in Union Home Ministry G. Ramesh Kumar today reached Patna to assess the damage caused by devastating floods in Bihar. Our correspondent says flood situation continues to be grim in 15 districts.
Chief Minister Nitish Kumar today reviewed situation of devastating flood in the state. He undertook aerial survey of flood-affected areas of Patna, Jahanabad and Arwal districts of the state. Punpun River is posing threat as the river is spreading fast in low-lying areas of Patna. Rail traffic on Patna-Gaya section and Bakhtiarpur-Rajgir section has been paralyzed since yesterday. Traffic between Bhagalpur and Jharkhand on NH80 has been disrupted. The death toll has risen to 76 in flood-related incidents throughout the state. With KK Lal's report, Nishit Kumar, AIR News.
The Supreme Court today said it would wrap up hearing in the Ram Janmabhoomi Babri Masjid land dispute case at Ayodhya by the 17th of October, a day earlier than the scheduled date. A 5-judge constitution bench headed by Chief Justice Rangan Gogoi fills the schedule for the final leg of the lengthy arguments. The court asked both the parties to conclude their arguments by the 16th and make submissions about the relief they are seeking on the 17th of October. The top court also warned the parties that no fresh evidence would be allowed to be placed before it. The Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, approached the Supreme Court today challenging the grant of anticipatory bail to IPS officer Rajiv Kumar in connection with the multi-crore rupee Sharda chit fund scam. The agency has filed an appeal in the Apex Court against the 1st October order of the Calcutta High Court, which had granted him relief. The Supreme Court today issued notice to the Central Bureau of Investigation asking it to respond to former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram's plea seeking bail in the INX media corruption case. The court asked Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for the CBI, to file its response and posted the matter for hearing on the 15th of October. In West Bengal, Durga Puja gets off to a colourful start on Mahashashti Day this evening. Our correspondent reports that the entire metropolis is hit by Puja fever as brilliantly decorated pandals have been set up from one end to the other.
With beating of drums and blowing of conch shells, the Durga Puja festivity gets off to a colourful start. For the next 4 days, the biggest of the Bengalis festival will be celebrated all over West Bengal and outside. The community pujas have become main attraction and waves of crowd have come out on the street to enjoy the folk culture of Bengal, and the ancient temple of the country have been replicated in creations of puja pandals in many places. Arijit Chakraborty, AIR News, Kolkata.
In the first cricket test at Visakhapatnam, resuming at the overnight score of 39 for 3, South Africa were 385 for 8 in their first innings at close of third day's play in reply to India's 502 for 7 declared. Opener Dean Elgar made 160, while Quinton de Kock scored 111 for South Africa. South Africa are still trailing by 117 runs with 2 wickets in hand. In women's cricket, chasing the target of 176 runs set by South Africa, India was 16 for 6 in 7.2 overs in the 6th and final T20 International at Surat when reports last came in. In boxing, Jamuna Boro today advanced to the pre-quarterfinals in 54 kg category in the World Women's Championship in Russia. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. RBI slashes repo rate by 25 basis points. Home and auto loans to get cheaper. Finance Ministry says repo rate cut and steps taken by the government would accelerate growth. India reacts sharply to statements by Turkey and Malaysia on Kashmir. Asserts these are factually incorrect and unwarranted. Home Minister Amit Shah holds high-level meeting to review border security. Operational preparedness of Air Force of very high order, ready to meet any contingency, says Air Chief Marshal. Filing of nomination ends for Maharashtra and Haryana assemblies. A central team reaches Patna to assess damages caused by devastating floods in Bihar. And in cricket, South Africa were 385 for 8 at stumps on the third day of the first test against India at Visakhapatnam. And that's all in the news at 9. Good night.